This is gonna be a crazy game. This on Whirlwind, man. PV. Oh, Iceman's playing nice.
Yeah, PVZ.
It-
And Trevor says he hates playing against Protoss as a Zerg. And I
Yeah,
don't get that, man. If I was a Zerg, I would love it. I would be like, yes, build myself 6 lings, win this game.
six lings literally. I think. Did you end up watching the Queenie Stefano game?
Oh, no, I never caught it, actually.
He got like four lings into a base at sort of the 12-minute mark when she was going out to push, and she couldn't deal with it. And that just I know her pain as a Protoss player.
Yeah, I just talked to her briefly tonight, actually. I think she just got home.
Yeah.
So, sorry, people in chat then were asking how much pizza are in Australia. Pizza's like $10 here in Australia. And then Senator of X said, donate a bottle of wine. This is all the wine I have left in the house. It's like, I have like half a glass of wine. And this was like in the bladder, in the cask that I had. And I'd like thrown out the cask and I was like, actually, there's probably a glass in that still. Yes. Winning.
That's man. What were you gonna say in the bladder?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have casks of wine there, do you?
Yeah, we got casks.
Yeah.
Don't really drink wine though. I think it's an acquired taste. Drink it with a meal.
Wine's actually reasonably priced in Australia. Wine, you can get a fairly decent bottle of wine for like $12.
Yeah, you guys make it out there.
Yeah, lots and lots of good wineries in Australia. I've probably talked about this before, but my fiance worked at a winery. Dad worked at a winery.
Oh no, I never had.
Brother worked at a
Really?
winery. Best friend worked at a winery. I broke the
Do
mold.
they own
man.
it?
No, they just all work there at the same winery too.
Crazy. Do you work
Yeah.
there?
Actually, Andrew's dad worked there as well. No, I never worked there. I didn't do it. It's too much like real work for me.
No, I know the feeling, man. SE2 is enough work for me.
Yeah, so
Gonna
it's all the
see
work we need.
Iceman melting here going for the scout. We haven't actually introduced these players, have we?
Yeah, let's do it. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, playing as our purple Protoss, we got Iceman.
And in the top left, right-hand corner of the map, we have our Zerg player, our red Zerg player. It is Trebor.
Trebor?
Do you see Trebor going
I
for
reckon
the
he's Trebor. I don't know
Trevor?
why.
I didn't know. Like Trevor sounds a bit like Trevor.
Let's ask.
Fail. Okay, what we see here anyway is the sort of build that Hell Warfare was going is by taking the hatch first, then going pull into gas. And Iceman doesn't actually know about this. He's seen the Zerg's location. He's seen that there's a hatch down, but he doesn't know about the gas tunnel, right? So he's potentially thinking that the Zerg could go for an early third, and he's waiting around the third to see if the Zerg does do that, which I don't think the Zerg will do for a while. The guy from Star Wars that got killed with the...
Yeah, the guy that Han Solo kills in the cantina. But I think it's Trebor. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, side note. Anybody that has an iPad 2 or above, which is not me, but there's a heap of people that have, he just wrote his name again. I don't know, that doesn't help. Sorry, so yeah, anybody that has an iPad 2 or above, they just brought out, Knights of the Old Republic on iPad, which is fucking insane. Go and get that game. It's like $10 and it's one of the best RPGs of all time. That's all I gotta say about that. This Zerg is gone Roaches. He's on 2 base.
64.
It was, yes.
Yeah, I played that. It was really good.
Yeah, it's like one of the best RPGs ever, and they had Knights of the Old Republic 2, which was even better.
Was it like that you played like a guy that isn't even in the films?
Yes.
And the first map was the one on Hoth. We had to fly.
No, you're thinking of a different game.
Ah, shit. Damn.
Actually, I think it was on Xbox 3, not 360, just it was on Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see Iceman going for the build that we've been going over today? He's actually going for 5 games. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. I like that he's doing the build that we were going over. I mean, I just gotta interrupt just because Trebor is Mind Dream from chat. That's who he is.
Nice.
And he is playing on the copy of HOTS that Andromeda bought him as a gift.
Nice. So he's already gold, which is great. That's pretty crazy, right?
What's crazy? Sorry, I was distracted.
That he's gold already. Anyway, if we take a look at the Zerg's base here, we can see that he's got 2 gas and he's got 2 bases, and he's just producing roaches. And you can see how many roaches a Zerg can get by sort of the 7-minute 50 mark with 2 bases. It's not very many. We should have maybe 4 more, so we can have 7 roaches. It's the 7 roach push, but he's just gonna go with 3, which is strange. And
Yeah,
with
and
the
they're going to
gateway,
get absolutely slaughtered by the army of Iceman. I just want to point out some of the things, because as a Protoss player, I can actually comment on what's going on. He dropped the Forge like he was supposed to. I think it's late, maybe. But he's got those 4 sentry at home, so he's going to be safe there. Trebor, what are you doing? Oh, no.
this is some sort of aggressive scout, man.
I really like the force fields trapping the roaches in, but then having nothing there to kill the roaches, so they just
Like,
kill the zealot and walk in.
At least they didn't get away, so it was a good trade.
Iceman. Well, and he never he lost 1 zealot in that battle. That was it.
Yeah. Still see the Trebor is not going for a 3rd base. He's actually going to take the gases down at his natural, which suggests that he's going for a higher tech even than roaches, and he's actually throwing down a Spire and a Hydrodist then, which is going to be tough, very tough.
He is building a lot of stuff off of 2 base. Now, without sounding too negative on this guy here, he's going for too much tech on 2 base. Right.
It is, yeah, because it's different. It's difficult for Zerg because like a Protoss can sort of do that and sort of not warp in, and then sort of get away with having a lot of tech. But for a Zerg, they rely on lava, right? So if they haven't got a macro hatch either, they just won't have the income to support Hydralisks and Muters and Roaches.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about Iceman pushing across the map with these Stalkers and 4 sentries there.
If he can reinforce this army with the pylon that he's just put down, he's gonna be able to do a lot. But just this small bunch of units.
Oh.
Man. He's chasing the roaches. He doesn't care, man. He's just going for it. Oh, there's a pylon up on the high ground. Nice use of the Stalkers warping in there.
Oh, you missed that. Oh, Troy. He needs to cancel
Stalkers
that hatchery, maybe. Oh, the force fields are non-existent.
No force fields here.
Those roaches just YOLO'd real hard into the front of there. That pylon warping in 5 Stalkers at a time, going to be okay here, I think. The reinforcements actually not regrouping with the army of the Zerg player, so he's got this big bunch of units not doing anything, and he needed those to come in and help him out there, especially because they were the high DPS Hydras that could have been sitting at the back of the roaches. Now he has no meaty roaches. There we go. Oh.
Pause.
Oh.
Game was just too intense. Be right back. Is he crazy? Oh, okay.
Ain't nobody got time for this, Troy.
I know what you mean. It's high level shit. This is M1G. Right here.
This is the real deal, man.
Okay. I think the Protoss players got the lead. I mean, it's 2 base Protoss against a 2 base Zerg.
Mm-hmm.
The Zerg's trying to go for Roach Hydra off of 2 base, which is okay, but not really. When you're getting 5 gate, which is kind of a weird push anyway.
Those 3 Stalkers, man. I mean, there's 3 roaches.
Yeah. See, this roach has actually got like just been left to live. I think it's gonna die now. Okay, here we go.
One resident describes her whole
5 gates. I really would. Oh, we're up 7 gates. Nice. 6 gates even. +1 on these units as well. Throwing down a few spawns, so the Zerg's really getting desperate now. If the Protoss wants to, he could just go ahead and take a 3rd, which he's doing, and this is really good for him.
Yeah. Because he's sort of got a bit of a contain going on here against the Zerg. He doesn't. I don't think he's got enough units to like. He doesn't. I don't think this is a good idea.
I think if he had the sentry still, he'd do a really a great job. But
Not when
without
those.
without the
Sorry.
sentries, like not great.
And when those spine crawlers finish, that's going to be a lot of extra damage.
He can't push up there now. Well, he could, but it would take some good macro. And because he's seen those spines, it's good that he's just going home and macroing up.
Yeah, and he knows he denied the third, so he knows that he's safe to take a third base and be happy. Has he got blink yet? No? Is it on the way? No. Okay.
It is on the way. It is.
Oh, it is on
This
the way.
charge is on the way, which is weird.
Yeah,
You always want to go
weird.
blink and then charge. Against
Especially if you
PvP.
build 45,000 stalkers and no zealots.
Yeah, that's the point. There's actually mutas here. You can see that he hasn't got very many because it's 2 base.
Yeah.
One warping should shut this down, but he should get away with a few probe kills here.
Alright, let's
One
see.
goes down.
1, 2, 3. Oh, 3, 4.
Oh, there.
Oh no.
Now, like, closest player, you just panic, right? You see,
Yeah.
however many mutas it is, it could be like 2 mutas. You're like, oh shit, mutas, you gotta overreact.
Stalkers everywhere. And look, you can see he's being pulled apart between these 3 bases. He hasn't photon overcharged at all yet.
And this is only 4 mutas, right? Like,
Yeah.
and not one has died, but it's just 4 mutas. And
I feel like he has such a large amount of stalkers now that he could possibly get away with pushing.
yeah, I mean, the Zerg has stretched himself, but look, he's got an army by here as well. He's sort of got 2 armies. One of them's going towards the proxy pylon, and another's behind the mineral line.
This is
I don't know.
21 stalkers. That's a lot of stalkers. I
A
think
lot
he
of
definitely
stalkers.
needs to get rid of these stalkers and
Charge.
stop.
Stop. All right, we do have too many probes down here at the natural. They should be going back up to the main to resaturate that. And
Yeah.
these 4 mutas are not going to do enough. I
just-
think Trebor's main problem is not macroing hard enough. Like, you can be super greedy against Protoss. I don't know how he's managed to accumulate 2,000 minerals and 700 gas.
Something that is going well for Trebor is that basically he invested a very small amount in these muta. It was a small bunch of muta, and his opponent's basically overreacting to that really hard. He's gone Storm, Blink, Stalker. And now he's just building a Hydra Roach army, and there's no Colossi out. So that's
Do
kind
you
of
think
good,
that
right?
he meant to get Blink because he actually got charged and he's not researching Blink now?
Oh,
still
he
has-
didn't get Blink. Yeah, my bad. Okay, I thought he got Blink. I don't know why he did that, because he's still only got 3 zealots.
I think he actually meant to get.
Blink. I hope so.
Yeah, he
You
must
should
have
probably
clicked
ask
it
him.
instead of pressing B, because it's easier to misclick right than press C.
Yes. He's oversaturated at his third and undersaturated at his main and natural. So a bit of reallocation of probes there will make things just fine. I'm so worried about Iceman right now. He doesn't have the unit composition to fight this.
No, he doesn't. He's got Storm coming. The Storm's going to be good against the Hydras. There's quite a lot of Hydras, to be fair, but it's not going to kill them outright. And the Stalkers don't do a great amount of DPS, especially without Blink. They're going to die pretty quickly.
The
Okay,
charge
there's the Zealots.
zealots. That's good. He's got to take this engagement properly, though. It's really
down,
nice
half
engagement. Storms need to go off.
Huge Storm.
That storm was worth its weight in gold.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
so now is the crunch time. You need to be warping in. Another Storm goes
Oh,
down.
that storm! Those storms were magic. This is where we'd
Yeah.
want to see some blink micro, putting the stalkers at the back.
Or just loads of charged Zealots, man. He's got them, you know.
Yeah.
And they're gonna still be good against Hydras. Okay, here we go. I think that's GG.
Well, yes. And you can see that the Zerg took an extra 2 bases, but he couldn't really do anything with them. He invested in so many units that he couldn't drone up properly.
Yeah.
And he was sour.